Hello Year 2, this is the video for the Year 1 Comprehension book and it is Thursday the 4th of February and we're looking today at page 20 in your comprehension book. So today it says, can I read and illustrate? Oh, that's a tricky word. What does the word illustrate mean? Illustrate is when we draw pictures. So an illustrator is the person that draws the pictures for a story or a poem in a book. So can I read and illustrate a poem today? So if you look at page 20 in front of you, you've got a poem today, Year 2. So the first thing we need to do is have a look at reading the poem together. And I've split the poem up so we can have a good look at what the poem means and the different lines. It might be a poem that you recognise. And this poem is called Little Miss Muffet. So let's read it together and spot those tricky words. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet. Now, Muffet's got a capital letter here because it is a name. Can you spot two words that rhyme in this first line, this first part of the poem? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet. Which two words have the same end sound? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet. Muffet and tuffet. Now, tuffet's quite a tricky word. What do you think tuffet means? Tuffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet. So tuffet, if you look at the picture here, she's sat on like a little mound of grass. So it's like a little seat outside, isn't it? So it's a little mound in the grass, a little tuffet of grass that she's sat on. You might have a little tuffet of grass in your garden. So little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet. Do we know what's coming next? Let's have a look. Eating her curds and whey. So you can follow reading the poem with your finger. Eating her curds and whey. Now, curds and whey are quite old. It's quite an old way of describing what she's eating. Have you got an idea what curds and whey are? Mrs. Wood had to look this one up as well. Curds and whey are curdled milk. So when the milk goes off and it's got a bit sour and it goes lumpy, it's been curdled. So sometimes you can curdle milk on purpose. So it doesn't actually mean it's gone off as well. So she's eating lumpy milk when the milk has curdled and it's separated and gone all lumpy. And sometimes that does happen when our milk goes off. So she's eating her curds and whey, and there she is. Do you know what's coming next? Follow with your finger. Along came a spider who sat down beside her. Along came a spider. So we've got came is our tricky word here. Spider who sat down beside her. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. So I want you to, with your grown-up now, read again through the poem. Okay, so on your page, on page 20, you should have the poem in front of you. And I want you to use your pencil. I want you to have a go at reading with your grown-up and using your sound buttons to read yourself any tricky words that you come across. Circle the words that you are finding difficult, and then your grown-up can practice them as well a little bit more. So try again with your finger and read through the poem. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Now, it said in our learning question today that we were going to illustrate the poem. So can you remember what the word illustrate meant? So it meant draw the pictures for. So if you look at your activity underneath your poem, you have got two pictures. So somebody has started to illustrate the poem, but they've missed the last part of the poem. So let's have a little look at what they've drawn so far. So what can you see here in this picture? This looks to me like little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. The next picture, we've got the spider here. So this must be along came a spider and sat down beside her. And then the last line is for the last part of the poem. So with your grown-up, read the last line of the poem and draw what happens next. So we've got little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. What's the last part of the poem that is missing in this picture here? So that won't take you too long here today. So I've got one of Mrs. Wood's reading challenges for you. So once you've finished illustrating the poem, I've chosen another poem for us today. And it's called Hey Diddle Diddle. I'm going to read you the poem, and what I would like you to do is have a go at finding this poem and then illustrating it like the poem has been illustrated in Little Miss Muffet, so drawing the pictures. So let's have a look at the poem that I've chosen for the challenge. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, which two words are rhyming there. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So can you have a go at finding that poem and illustrating that poem as Mrs. Wood's reading challenge today? You might, instead of sending photographs in, you might want to send a sound clip in of you reading the poem or reading Hazel Diddle or Little Miss Muffet, or you might know a better nursery rhyme or poem than what I've shown you that you would like to choose and illustrate yourself. Okay, year two. Bye-bye.